Hello and welcome to consoletraining.com's video on yellow on dot 2. So today we're going to have a very quick look at the dot 2 software. We're going to be looking at the entire dot 2 software package today. We're going to be looking at dot 2 version 1.1, dot 2 3D, and we're also going to be having a look at the new MA fixture builder. So we're going to start obviously with our main piece of software, which is the dot 2 software. So obviously I'd also like to welcome everyone who's currently in the chat room. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can access the chat room via IRC, or you can go to www.consoletraining.com/live and you'll be able to see our little chat room. There is also a chat room that runs on the live stream YouTube page, which we will try to monitor as well, but most of the replies are a lot easier for us through the normal dedicated chat room. Anyway, we're going to get started. So for those who are familiar with the MA2 software, we're going to notice a couple of very slight differences, and some that have just done a color change on. So the first thing with the software is everything is contained in one page. Even our external monitors only consume half a page, and we can flip through what is our core fader, our fader wing 1, fader wing 2, button wing 1 and button wing 2, and our external monitor. So we're going to go through a lot of features today. There are a lot of videos already out. There are a couple of videos already out from MA themselves covering the software, and they've been around for a couple of weeks now. But I think this is the first time we've really had a chance to look at the software, unless you've obviously been to any of the console trials. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to network the two things together. So I've got my software running, my MA, what are they calling it? dot 2 3D software is running on the same computer as the MA software, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a session in the MA software. So we're going to come back where firstly, if you've loaded up the software, it's going to look like this. The first thing we need to do is press setup, go to sessions, start a new session. We're going to start a new session number 1 because you can have up to 4 sessions running. And the first thing that deviates from the way that we used to do this on MA1 and MA2 is if we come across to our 3D software, there is no join button. And you can stand there, click in for ages, and you're still not going to be able to join. On the actual software, you go add, and you can pick the stations you want to add. So firstly, we want to add our desk, and then we also want to add 3D. And when we add 3D, it'll bring in our visualizer, and it'll say that it's slaved in on the new show. So if we come back to the software here, you can see down the bottom we've got a nice little green heartbeat, and we're slaved in. So the first thing we can do is obviously close this window. From an MA 3D perspective, not much has really changed. I've only looked at this for the first couple of minutes. Not much has really changed, but we'll add in a couple of things to play with, just so we've got something to focus on when we do our thing. Here we can see a hog operator standing up looking stressed, and we can also see an MA operator who's already programmed his show and is very relaxed. Little hog versus MA joke, very funny. Alright, so let's crack into it. So we're going to go set up again. We're going to go to our fixture and patch and fixture schedule, and we're going to notice that it runs off the screen a little, but that's okay. So we're going to patch some fixtures. So the first thing we'll do is we'll add our dimmer. By default, it's given us a couple of the normal types of fixtures you'll get. So rather than in MA1 where you've just got the dimmer already in your fixture schedule, when you've also now got a couple of LEDs. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to patch 12 dimmers. We're going to call them, we'll call them dimmer 1, and we're going to patch them on 1 to 1, and we're going to click OK. And then we have 12 dimmers patched. We're also going to add some movers. So now we want to go select other, and it's going to build our fixture library because I haven't already built that already. I'm going to try to resize that window. No, it still runs off the screen. Oh no, there we go. Very interesting. Anyway, so the first thing we want to do is we want to bring in a couple of, we'll go Martin 250s. So I'll type in Martin. If we type in 250, I wonder if it's going to find it for us. It is. So we're going to bring in some ontours. We're going to see that the DMX footprint is 18. This is pretty much the same information that it gave us on MA, just in a very different layout. So we're going to go extended, we're going to click OK, and we're going to take 4 of those. We're going to set these to 251, and we're not going to have them called Mac 250E, we're just going to call it M250E1, and we're going to patch them to 1.100. And go OK. So yeah, we've patched a dimmer, some ontours, and we should probably patch some LEDs. Hopefully everyone can hear me. If not, yell out in one of the 2 chat rooms and I'll remedy it as quickly as possible. If not, we'll keep going. We'll add a couple more fixtures. Let's add some of these LEDs. We'll see whether LEDs have improved. Let's add some RGBWs. We'll add 2 of them. And we'll start their IDs on 101. I'm just going to go RGBW1, and we'll start their patch on 1.13. And it's patched all those, and let's put them in the order of fixture type. Now when we click done, it's going to give us a couple of options. What do we want to do? We want to apply all changes, which will bring everything in to the library. Yeah, it actually crushes it, doesn't it? There we go. Is that still running off the screen for you? It's still running off the screen. Oh, there we go. Yeah, clearly some stuff. Oh, I see. Alright. Why did the faders start at... Oh. Oh, so the faders also now go backwards. They go from 101 to 107 the other way. That's not confusing at all. Anyway, we're going to jump quickly across to .3D and we're going to position some of these lights. So our 12 dimmers. No 3D mouse support still. Disappointing. So we'll grab the first 6. And we'll put the other 6 of them back. And we're going to do this really, really roughly. So we're going to go 1, we're going to go 2 and 8. And space them out here. 3 and 9. Put them here. 4 and 10. Whoops. 4 and 10. And we... 4 and 10, 5 and 11, and then 6 and 12. And then just grab all of them and shift them back. Now I know the spacing isn't amazing, but it's going to do for this, hopefully. So, woo, yellow. We might have to cheat these. So we go 3D objects and we'll put in a yellow. Might just have to quickly rotate these all at once. So we'll call up our dimmers. So if we go fixtures, hello. Ah, interesting. Ah, would have been smart if I'd... Okay. So So now we've hit the level where I thought it automatically created all the presets for us. I had a feeling that it did all the groups for us. Apparently that is incorrect. Alright, it's in tools. Nope. We'll save the show. No. I really thought that it did all the fixture palettes for me. Unless it puts them in some weird location. No, well, geez, it would have been nice if I'd done at least 5 minutes in the software, wouldn't it? So anyway, we'll bring up the dimmers at least 1 through 12 so I can focus them, please. Add that. I have a feeling there is an auto-create. I just, for the life of me, can't find it right now. It's not in the same place that MA 2 and 1 had it, which is a bit annoying. And I naturally assumed that the software would do it itself. I mean, man, even the hogs have the capacity to do that now. Camsys does it as well. And so does Clarity. Clarity does it just out of the box without you even needing to prompt it. I feel like I've missed a light. Oh, I've missed 2 lights. I think 12's a bit overkill for what I'm doing here. That's alright. There's no auto create for groups, so I imagined that it would create groups for me or give me the options. See, on the MAs, normally if we go setup, it gives us a bunch of options to auto create a group, but it does not in this. Anyway, we'll quickly throw up our movers as well. I won't be as exacting with these. And our 2 paths as well. Ooh, oh, they don't even come up as LED park hands. Don't think those are to scale, but that'll do. Smart Money says that I should have probably at least looked at one of the tutorial videos of the desk. Ooh, well, that's not going to work. Ah, it'll do. Alright, so let's go hunting. So on the desk, if we clear our programmer again, we're looking for the groups. So command not executed. Okay, so if I manually create my groups, I really thought there would be a way of doing it. automatically, but that's okay. What does this button mean? Not enough parameters. So if I go fixture 1 through 12, please, and we go store, I go to groups. Oh, it's not going to let me. We call them dimmers. Then we go to our LEDs. And then our 250s, I guess. Oh no, could I do it in selection order? 251 through 254. Anyway, we've manually automatically generated our stuff, and we can tilt fixtures around. Give me 1 moment. So if I give you a view of both, you can see what we're doing. So it's a fairly simple rig that we've built. Yeah, still on the Fader 1 tab. I was on F-Wing 1. So anyway, we'll align these fixtures. We'll do a couple of position presets. Seems fairly simple. So we'll position our first one, go next, grab our second one. Ooh, hello. Go next. Tell you what, the faders are quite nice compared to using the wheels from MA2. It's actually quite a nice way of doing it. So if you've just joined us, which many have, we're positioning fixtures and we're playing around with the .2 software for the first time. I think that's as good as it's going to get. So if I go to 250s, we go presets. Oh, what presets do I want? Position presets. And we go store, and we go sitting person. Then we repeat the process for our standing person. call it standing person, we should be able to go between. Ooh, that's interesting. Probably should have taken the path of least resistance on that one. Rather than going back to the home position and having them flip around like that, probably just would have been better to program them so that they flipped around. But anyway, we'll do 2 quick more positionings. I like that the align button's right there, because it makes doing align effects quite easy. Ah. Yeah, looks alright. So we'll start programming some stuff. I wonder if it does color presets at least. It should if we select all of these. Gobo presets aren't there, which is interesting. You should be able to do auto presets. I have a definite feeling you should be able to do auto presets somewhere. That's kind of bugging me. Oh, it's nice that the help files are right there. So it does go. So let's program something and we'll have a look. We'll go from there. So the fact that the faders go backwards is quite perplexing. Anyway, we'll select our groups. We'll go at, we'll start our first position at band position with some gobo in it. We'll select that. Then go the RGBs, which do absolutely nothing in terms of intensity. I wonder if we can get that a little darker in that room. And we can select color, let's go yellow, and then we'll grab our dimmers. So grab a bit of the front. Go with the intensity of those. a little bit of the back as well. Alright, 6 is still included in that. There you go, there's a scene. So if we now go groups, we now go store to 101, we'll call it look 1, and we'll clear it and hopefully be able to run it. Here we go, that's look 1. I see, 101 is actually a button. That helps. That's a lot better. I see, so yeah, that makes sense. So can I even make that so I can't make that a temp fader. Okay, alright, that's must be able to do that. Fair enough. So it's basic, it's incredibly basic except for the fact that I can't get the most basic function to work, which is an auto create. Oh, well, no, I don't want to do scaling right now. So we'll record another cue as well. It's very interesting. Once again, I think it's a product that you really need the software for. Software and the desk. Like the desk, I think is a much faster way to learn it compared to trying to do it on the on-PC software. But we'll quickly record another little bit of positioning stuff. Even just running this off for a touchscreen. I don't have my touchscreen attached today, but I think if you had a touchscreen, you could do this a lot faster. So we'll go standing person and drop the gobo and put it in colour. I wonder if you can use yeah. So it'll do colour matching. That's good. That's a feature that came across in MA. 2. Create a second queue, so I should be able to go clear and go between the two queues. So, whoops. It's really only a play button. Oh. Oh, have I accidentally made... I think I've made that a toggle. Should be a go button. There we go, that's better. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm yet to find effects. Let's go and have a look and let's see find some effects. Fixtures, groups. Would they be presets? No. Cues, DMX, virtual playback, command history. Where is effects? Ah, there might be a button for it. Effects. Ah, okay. Alright, so that's kind of easy to call up. So if we select, let's say 250s, and we go, let's kill our little program here for a sec. We turn these on and then we click effect. We can do a dimmer effect. Position if we click effect. Ah, okay. So if we go gobo and we click effect, it's going to bring up gobo effects and it'll cycle through gobos. Yeah, okay, cool. And color effect. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like something I'd really need to read the manual for. Because the autocreate thing is annoying, because I can see it as an option in the fixture file creator, and the fixture files will work across the two systems as well. Yes, that is correct. And I've got them patched as RGBW. Yeah, the fixture files for MA2 and .2 thankfully are the same, so if you get someone who hands you a file from a .2, they will work. There was a rumour that you could open a .2 show file on an MA2 as well, but not the other way around. I imagine that may not be true now, but in a future release that'll be true, simply because it's fairly logical to be able to go in between, but I don't think you can take a MA show file and make it a .2 show file. What does the magic button do? I wonder. Feels like something you could really stretch like across like 3 screens. That's an interesting way of doing it. So if you stretch it across, it probably looks hideous on your monitor preview, but if you stretch .2 across 2 monitors, it looks quite nice. Obviously it's designed to run on 3 monitors on the full-size desk, but it looks alright. It is nice that the entire interface does scale though. It doesn't do good things to the live stream one though. But anyway, that's a first look on the of the .2 software. Hopefully you have enjoyed the live stream. My name is Alex Hughes. A video of this will go up shortly. I can't say it's been too helpful for most. But yeah, this is .2. So before we finish, obviously, we'll check out the new little fixture file that's come out, fixture builder, which is available for MA and MA2 and also the .2. So let's create the console training, let's call it the magic spot by console training, and we'll call it the M spot because that's not confusing at all, and we'll call ourselves console T. We'll have a beam of 25 degrees, it'll be mode 1. It's a spot fixture, it's a head mover, and it's the brightest thing you've ever seen next to the sun. So, the first attribute we'll have is obviously our dimmer, and we're going to have a 16-bit dimmer as well. I don't know, yes, 1, highlight, yes. And our third channel will be pan. And then tilt. And then we've got our cyan, magenta, and yellow. Then we've got a nice iris. So we're just building a fake fixture here, just to see how it goes together. It works very similarly to the way that the MA2 did it, with all the crazy options. But it seems alright. There we go, we've built a fixture and we can export to USB or export to folder. Can we import? Oh yeah, you can import. But that's pretty much it. You can obviously do sub attributes as well. It's kind of cool. It's really nice actually. And it's available for Mac as well. Anyway, hopefully... Oh, really? Oh, you mean all the sub boxes don't come up? Oh, that's a bit disappointing. Oh, all the sub boxes don't come up. Oh, I have to do that again. Alright, that's fine. Stand by. Give me one moment. And I'll update that scene so it actually works. Alright, let's... Ooh, hello. No, not good. Alright, let's try that again. So we've created our fixture type. We're in the MA fixture builder version 1.1. The first thing we're going to do is going to go and create our dimmer. Then position, pan tilt. And it's automatically doing the channel calculation for me as well, which is nice. And then we're going to have a gobo. Then we're just going to have a color wheel. And we're going to click cancel and we'll call this green. Should be, call it red, and it's, actually no, I should do it properly. White will be 1 to 10, and then red will be 11 to 20. And then 21, green will be 21 to 30. And there we go. That's your color wheel. So we're creating all the colors. It's really nice actually. It's a good way of doing it. It's very similar to the way that you do it on MA2 actually in the program. And it'd be nice to be able to still do it on the desk, but it doesn't look like you can do it in the software. I think they're going to make you start using the fixture builder. But it seems really nice. Anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed this. I think we ran for about 40 minutes, this 40-minute video. If anyone has any questions or would like me to go through anything other than the magic section, I'm happy to do that now. It's a really lovely system for small venues. I think it's going to really heavily compete with the smaller the smaller hog consoles in your CAMSYS range. But obviously it's not really in competition with the MA2 consoles. If you're going to go for a command wing versus a .2 system, I would go for a command wing, but that's because I work with the MA2 consoles a lot and I do a lot of pre-programming. If it's just in a venue where it's not changing over very often, a .2 would be perfect. For example, if you're looking for a new desk and you didn't want to go for an MA2 ultralight or MA2 light or full size, and you were replacing your MA1 full size, your MA1 ultralight or light console, I'd definitely look at the .2 range because it's fairly competitively priced. Yeah, it sits in a nice area of the market. I think it's a really wise decision that they've sort of created it. I would really like to see the hardware that they've got the .2 running on be useful in the MA2 systems, because it'd be really nice if you've got a command wing to be able to tack on one of those little fader wings with a screen. It'd be awesome. But yeah, look, everyone's gone the way of the command wings and the wings and the USBs, and CAMSYS is the first one to do that really successfully, but even now they're shying away from it because the consoles are getting cheaper and they can be smaller, and there are a lot of owner operators. No, as Casper has said in the chat, the .2 is not a replacement for an MA. It is definitely not a replacement for an MA2. It's a replacement for an MA1. The handling of multicolour LED fixtures. It's really nice. Hog hasn't got the concept of being able to select your entire rig, including colour wheel fixtures, and just use the giant colour picker. That's something I missed when programming on a Hog. But other than that, they are getting up there. MA is sort of leading the way in that, but they're also falling behind in a couple of other areas, such as bit mapping and stuff. But there's been obviously discussions of stuff like that changing, but they've got the VPU range as well, which is quite nice. But yeah, the .2 is a really stripped out thing, perfect for little corporate venues. So you're right, you don't have any multi-user. You can connect two desks, but you can't have different things. You can't build your own layouts or any of that, which is kind of nice for a new starting out programmer. Not having to set up a viewer or any of that, just being able to come to any .2 console and know exactly where things are is something handy. But yeah, I personally prefer being able to set up the desk. I also don't like the colour scheme. People said they hated the yellow, but I don't like the just white and green. I mean, look at it. It's white and green. What main features will I miss of the MA2 range in the .2 range? Parameter count would be one. The fact that I can't easily auto-generate my palettes is another. But I assume that there's just a button that I'm missing somewhere. Yeah, other than that, I think that's it. Multi-user. I think it's really the parameter count, not being able to expand that. But yeah, there's obviously always going to be interesting transition in a couple of years when people have been using the .2 console and they need to come across to an MA2 for a larger show, how that transition will go. Executor pages do not switch executor paging, but rather replace executor content. Oh, so it's like a hog. Okay, interesting. Anyway, thank you all for joining in on this lovely live stream. My name is Alex Hughes. Thank you very much for coming and hanging out for the last 50 minutes. Thank you.